going to die. It's either going to be the heat or the coyotes, whichever one is first. They don't have a lot of time left. And people are trying to help. I mean, it's all over that one Facebook post. People seem to be leaving out water, some food scraps here and there. They ain't letting anyone get close to them. But it's not really buying those pups much time with what they're up against. Anyway, I sent you over those coordinates. Who knows how exact it is, but they are for sure somewhere out there. Good luck out there. They're going to need it.
I've been in rescue for pretty deeply for the last 5 years. This is literally my first time out alone trapping a dog. The dogs, it wasn't going to be an easy one. So the Angels of the Desert, the space project, Melissa from the space project reached out to me. They told me that these pups needed help, and all of a sudden, there I am, middle of nowhere, just me and Kylo, trying to look for these dogs, and there was just no sign of them. And I'd seen the area where people sort of left food and water and stuff. It had been about 16 hours since the last time they were spotted. What can happen in 16 hours, you know? There's many ways that the desert can take a dog. The goal was just to be there and not really care about them, even though I did obviously care about them. My goal was to just be present. I'm not trying to love bomb them. I'm not trying to overextend myself. I put some ice out, just sort of waited, and slowly and surely this one little dog came out of the bushes. Great, it was a relief to see at least one of them there. And then slowly the second puppy came out. And no sign of the third. Seems like the sun sets pretty quickly in the desert, that's for sure, but the sun was setting, and I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to make tacos. And so that was the start of it. We were on our way to sort of earning that trust in the most micro manner. And if I was to try and grab these dogs or slip leash them and I was to fail, it's going to make things a lot harder. And you might succeed, but the other two that were out there might see that, and they might just be like, well, F that guy. And I just wanted to sort of be there, just be there. I'm not trying to love bomb them. I'm not trying to overextend myself. So cooking those tacos must have been a good smell in the air. So the other third dog from a different bush actually came out, and she was definitely the most cautious of the bunch. I left out all the food that I cooked, and I was hoping that it smelled good, and hopefully the dogs will like it, because that'd be a first for someone liking my cooking probably. But eventually they made their way over to it, and they had some good food, and who knows, maybe it's their first home cooked meal that they've ever had, which is great. Hopefully many more. They ate and then they disappeared. Almost felt like they did a dine and dash. They're not in their usual bushes. The sun is setting. Maybe they have a place that they go at sunset that I wasn't aware of. I saw some movement up on the hill, and I was delighted to see. Because I know this really well with my boy Kylo. When he eats a good meal, he gets post-dinner zoomies, and maybe some of you have the same thing with your pups. And it was just so awesome to see that these dogs had a spark of joy after eating something and having their food, and they were playing and they were being puppies. And it was just reassurance that, you know, these dogs deserve, like all dogs, deserve a loving home. They deserve to experience all the things that a puppy can experience. And I really hope that they find that somebody that can give them that. As the night went down, got some work done, and I eventually just crashed out. So the sounds of coyotes in the distance reminding me of the reasons that I'm there and I'm staying there.